Hi, so in this session we are going to discuss further operations on array like taking input of array and printing the array elements. Okay, so now we are taking input of an array, and what I mean by input of an array is that user will provide first the size of the array, that I want an array of 5 size. Then the user will provide that what are the elements present in the array. Let's say we have an array of integers. The elements can be 7, 2, 5, 6, 4, something like this. Okay, so we will store these elements in the array, and once we know the size of the array, first we will declare an array of this size. By default values will be 0. We will go to each index one by one and ask the user that what we need to store at 0th position. The user will say 7. Then we will ask for the first position, user will say 2. Then we ask for the second position, user will say 5. Then we ask for the third position, user will say 6. Then we ask for the fourth position, user will say 4, and we are having our array with the elements provided by the user. Okay, so this is the process we will follow, and we can follow this process in a simple way like this. For taking input, we have a scanner class. Okay, scanner s equal to new scanner system.in, and we want first the size of the array. So we will say our size of the array is s dot nextInt, 7 integer size or 6 size, whatever the size of the array. Let's say the user says 5. Now since we know the size of the array, it's our task to initialize an array of 5 size. So we can make like this, int this new int of n size. Okay, whatever is the size provided by the user, we will make that. Up till this line, what has been done? We have an array of 5 size with by default values as 0. In case of integer, the default values are 0. Perfect. Now we will go to each element one by one, okay, and ask the user that what he wants at which index. So what I am saying here is we will use a concept of loop. I is equal to 0, I lesser than n, I plus plus. This is what we are going to do. What it suggests is we are starting from 0. We are going till I lesser than m. N means I equal to n minus 1. At I equal to n, we will stop. So if n is 5, we are going for 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. This loop will ask one by one what it wants at 0th index, what it wants at first index, what it wants at second index, what it wants at third index, and what it wants at fourth index. And whatever it wants, we will store at this, like this, array at ith equal to s dot nextInt. Okay, and we can ask like something like this, enter element at ith index, something like this. We can use enter element at ith index. Whatever is the ith index, we will store here. Okay, so what is happening behind is, for int I equal to 0, I lesser than I plus plus, first we ask enter element at 0th index. The user says 7. We are using array at ith equal to s dot nextInt. That means at array at 0, we are storing 7. Now this loop will go again for 5 integers. Now I will become 1. We will ask enter element at first index. So user will say, let's say 5. So we will go and do array at 1 equal to 5. Then we will go for I equal to 2. User will say enter element at second index. Let's say it says 9. We will do array at 2 equal to 9. Array at ith equal to s dot nextInt. Then we will go for I equal to 3. We will ask enter element at third index. User will say, let's say 10. So array at 3 equal to 10. So we are storing 10 here. Then we will go for I equal to 4. Enter element at fourth index. User, let's say says 15. Array at 4 equal to 15. And these elements are present here, 9, 10 and 15. Then I will become 5. I is not lesser than n. You will come out of the loop and you have your array elements. This is the perfect thing to do to initialize your array, and this is the concept for taking input of the array. And once we are done with this, let's try to print the array. And for printing the array, we can just use again a loop from I equal to 0 till I lesser than n, I plus plus, I am printing array at ith, something like this. So first what we have done is n equal to 5, we have initialized our array. Let's say 5 integers I have provided in input 7, 9, 2, 4, 5. After this, we are going to each index from 0 to n minus 1, and we are printing that element array at 0, 7. Then I will become 1, print array at 1. Then I will become 2, print array at 2. Then I will become 3, print array at 3. Then I will become 4, print array at 4, that is 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 are here. Array at 0 is 7, array at 1 is 9, array at 2 is 2, array at 3 is 4, and array at 4 is 5, and we are able to print all the elements of array. So we are using a loop to printing the array, and we are using a loop for taking input of an array. Okay, so simple concept, array at I denotes, here we are storing at ith position, here we are accessing what is present at ith position. Array at ith equal to s dot nextInt means you are updating the ith value. Printing the array at ith position means you are printing the ith value. Okay, so let's try to run this and test whether our code is working fine or not. Let's try to run this. So it is expecting first the size of the array. I have given 5. Enter element at 0th index. Let's say I give 4. Enter element at first index 2, 8, 12, 15, and our answer is coming out to be 4, 2, 8, 12, 15. And as you can say, enter element at 0th index, that means you have given 4 here. Enter element at first index 2 here. Enter element at second index 8 here, and enter element at third index 12 here, and enter element at fourth index 15 here. And once you are done with that, you have just printed all the elements of the array. Those are 4, 2, 8, 12, 15. Okay, so we are able to print the array and we are able to take the input of the array. Okay, so a perfect thing is working fine now. In the next session, we are going to start with functions involving arrays. We are going to pass an array. We are going to make a function which is printing, but we will use a function to print the array. Okay, because some of the very common functions will be printing an array. So you will just give an array and its task will be to print the array. Okay, those things we will be doing in the next session. For now, you should be able to understand that how we are taking input of the array and how we are printing the array. Okay, perfect. Thank you.